Every 10 minutes in the US, a motorcycle is stolen. And it's not always with loud grinders or broken locks. Sometimes the trick is so subtle you'd never suspect it, like a simple coin left on your handlebar. Riders ignore it, thieves move in, and the bike disappears. In this video, I'll show you 10 real scams used against motorcycle owners, from high-tech keyless hacks to old-school van lifts. These aren't rumors. They've happened to riders across the country. Stay with me until the end, because knowing these tricks might be the only thing standing between you and a stolen bike. Number 10. The keyless relay attack. Modern motorcycles with keyless fobs feel futuristic, but they also open the door to a new kind of theft. Instead of smashing locks or hot wiring, thieves now use small devices that capture and extend the signal from your fob. Here's how it plays out. You park your Harley or BMW outside for the night, with your fob resting on a table near the front door. A thief with a relay device passes by your house and picks up the weak wireless signal. That signal is then transmitted to their partner standing by your motorcycle. To the bike, it looks like the real key is right there. Within seconds, the dash lights up, the ignition unlocks, and the thief rides off without breaking a thing. There's no alarm, no visible damage, and no clue what happened until you step outside in the morning. The best defense is to block the signal. A Faraday pouch is inexpensive and effective, preventing the fob from communicating outside your home. Keeping the fob away from windows and doors adds another layer of safety. And if your bike has a PIN override option, enable it. Relay thefts are on the rise in suburbs where bikes sit unattended overnight, so don't wait until it's too late to protect your signal. Number 9. ECU and ignition hacking. If thieves can't trick your bike into believing the fob is present, they might go after its brain. Many motorcycles built in the last 20 years have electronic control units and immobilizers designed to recognize a chipped key. But with the right gear, crooks can bypass this security faster than you'd expect. Some carry portable programmers that plug into the diagnostic port hidden under your seat. Within minutes, they can pair a blank transponder key to your bike system. Others use cheap bypass modules that mimic the immobilizer, tricking the ECU into allowing the engine to start. Riders in the UK and US have reported cases where thieves stripped off a small panel, clipped into the wiring harness, and fired the bike up in under a minute. To fight back, think in layers. A hidden kill switch that cuts fuel or ignition is an old trick, but it works. You can also install a lock on the diagnostic port, making it much harder to connect a programmer. And never leave your bike in a quiet spot where a thief can work without interruption. They don't need long, and once the ECU has been compromised, your motorcycle is as good as gone. Number 8. Write-off. Hot wiring. Old-school hot wiring may sound outdated, but it's still a serious problem for motorcycles. Bikes from the 1990s and early 2000s, in particular, often lack advanced immobilizers, making them prime targets. Thieves jam a screwdriver or slide hammer into the ignition, break the lock, and twist to start. Even modern bikes aren't immune. Small circuit boards sold online can bypass certain immobilizers, making it possible to hotwire in seconds. Imagine leaving your sport bike outside a coffee shop. While you're inside, a thief smashes the steering lock, strips a few wires, and before anyone realizes it isn't theirs, they're gone. Stories like this appear regularly on rider forums, and they all share one theme: the bike was left unprotected. To reduce your risk, always lock the forks or steering, use a disc lock with a built-in alarm, and consider a heavy chain. Hot wiring works best when the bike is easy to roll away and start. Adding even a few seconds of resistance can convince a thief to move on. Number 7. The van lift. Sometimes thieves don't even bother starting your bike. They simply lift it into a van and drive away. This method is common in cities and apartment complexes, where motorcycles sit unattended on the curb. A panel van pulls up late at night, the side door slides open, and 2 or 3 people lift your bike inside. In less than 30 seconds, it's out of sight. No alarms, no noise, no trace. By the time you realize it's gone, the bike is already being stripped for parts. Police reports from New York, Los Angeles, and Miami show van thefts are one of the most popular tactics among organized crews. Even London police warn about epidemic levels of this kind of theft. The solution is straightforward. Make your bike impossible to move. A heavy-duty chain anchored to a post or ground bolt makes lifting it nearly impossible. Adding a disc lock alarm ensures that any movement sets off a siren. Even a plane cover can help, since thieves often scout specific models. If your bike is visible and unsecured, it's furniture to them easy to grab and haul away. Number 6. VN cloning and title fraud. Not every scam involves stealing directly from you. Some thieves specialize in VIN cloning, taking a stolen bike, giving it the identity of a legal one, and selling it to unsuspecting buyers. They start by stealing a motorcycle, then find a similar make and model listed for sale. They copy down that VIN, forge documents, and slap fake VIN stickers on the stolen bike. Suddenly, it looks legitimate. The bike gets listed online at a tempting price, and a buyer who doesn't check carefully thinks they scored a deal. Weeks later, police seize the motorcycle, and the buyer is left with nothing. There are also cases where thieves rebuild wrecked frames using stolen parts, creating Frankenstein bikes that look legal but are anything but. The lesson is clear. Protect your own VIN and check carefully when buying. Don't post your full VIN publicly in ads. Always compare the VIN on the frame, engine, and stickers, and run it through NICB's VIN check or Carfax. A mismatched or tampered VIN is a huge red flag. While this scam doesn't always take your bike directly, every stolen motorcycle fuels this market, and it's one more reason to lock yours down tight. Number 5. The test ride theft. Selling your motorcycle can be risky. One of the oldest tricks in the book is the test ride scam. A buyer shows up, polite and friendly, with a convincing story. They might hand you what looks like a valid driver's license or even leave car keys as collateral. You let them take your bike around the block, and they vanish. It's bold, but it works, and it has cost private sellers thousands. Even dealerships have been burned. A Seattle bike shop reported losing a $4,000 machine after a customer left a fake ID and never returned. The best defense is strict ground rules. Always verify identification, take a photo of it, and hold on to it during the ride. Require a cash deposit or certified funds equal to the value of the bike. If possible, ride along or follow in another vehicle. Meet only in public places with cameras, and never hand over the keys if something feels off. A genuine buyer will understand these precautions. A thief will try to talk their way around them. Number 4. Street jacking. Street jacking is the motorcycle version of carjacking, and it's as dangerous as it sounds. In this scam, thieves force you off your bike while you're riding or stopped. One method is the bump and run. You're waiting at a red light when a car or scooter taps you lightly from behind. Instinctively, you pull over to check for damage. That's when the thief strikes. While you're distracted, one jumps on your bike and rides away, leaving you with nothing but scraped leathers. In some cases, scooter gangs have been known to push riders off their motorcycles at stoplights, grab the bike, and disappear into traffic. This tactic has been documented overseas and in major U.S. cities. Protecting yourself here is about awareness and habits. If you're tapped from behind, shut off the bike, pocket the keys, and scan your surroundings before stepping off. If anything feels wrong, call the police and stay put. Practice the habit of kill switch, side stand, keys out. It only takes a second, and it prevents a thief from instantly riding away. Most importantly, remember that no motorcycle is worth your life. If weapons are involved, it's safer to walk away than to resist. Number 3. The fake Good Samaritan. One of the oldest tricks in the book, but still surprisingly effective, is the fake Good Samaritan scam. It usually starts with a stranger approaching you while you're stopped or parked, acting like they've spotted a problem. They might shout, "Hey, your tire looks flat," or "I think your bike is leaking fuel." In that moment, your guard drops, and you instinctively bend down or step away to check what they're pointing out. But while you're distracted, their partner is already making a move, grabbing your tank bag, swiping your phone off the mount, or, if the key is still in, throwing a leg over your bike and riding off. It happens fast, and because your attention was elsewhere, you often don't realize what's happening until it's too late. Gas stations, grocery store lots, and quiet neighborhoods are common setups for this trick, and unfortunately, it tends to target riders who are alone, especially women and seniors. The best defense is simple but critical. Always pocket your keys before you check anything, and take a second to scan your surroundings before reacting. If someone is genuinely trying to help, they won't mind if you're cautious. Number 2. Spare key insider theft. Sometimes the person who steals your bike isn't a stranger on the street. It's someone you trusted with your keys. Shops, mechanics, even valet services have been caught making duplicates of motorcycle keys or programming extra fobs while the bike is in for service. It only takes a few minutes for an unscrupulous employee to copy the key code or cut a spare. With your registration info in their system, they now know your name and address too. A few weeks later, your motorcycle vanishes from your driveway. No broken locks, no alarms, nothing. Riders have reported losing expensive sport bikes this way, and police in several states have uncovered theft rings connected to shady repair shops. To avoid becoming a victim, always use reputable service centers with strong reviews. Remove personal documents from the bike before handing it over, and change any factory PIN codes on keyless systems after service. If possible, wait with your bike for minor jobs so the keys are never out of your sight. Number 1. The coin trick. This is the scam you came here for, and it might sound laughably simple, but it's real. Thieves place a coin on your seat, wedge it in your handlebar, or tuck it near the ignition area. The purpose isn't random, it's to mark your bike. If the coin is still there the next day, they know you haven't been riding and probably aren't paying close attention. That makes your motorcycle an easy target. In some cases, it's used as a distraction. You waste time prying the coin out while an accomplice approaches. In others, it's a signal to come back at night and lift the bike into a van. Riders have reported finding coins, zip ties, or small objects left on their motorcycles in parking garages and apartment complexes, always followed by suspicious activity nearby. If you ever see a coin on your bike, don't dismiss it. Remove it, check your surroundings immediately, and consider moving the motorcycle to a safer location. Alerting the police or security in the area is never overreacting, because this small sign often means someone has already targeted your machine.